What's up, guys? We're back again with one of the best decks in the game for double and triple Elixir. This Graveyard Freeze deck has impenetrable defenses and devastating direct damage with Graveyard Freeze that you don't even have to think about as soon as you can afford it. The problem is this deck is absolutely awful if you randomly spam cards at the river and refuse to use your brain, which is most of the meta with Recruits and Goblin Giant, so a ton of people aren't capable of playing this. But if you have a shred of intelligence and cycle cards respond to your opponent, waiting till double Elixir so you can unleash Graveyard Freeze at the right point, this deck is one of the best in the game. Having the splash damage of Bowler, Ice Wizard, Baby Dragon, and Tornado means that you're going to defend almost any push. And if you can clump up all their units together, the Baby Dragon and Bowler can splash onto the tower, while the Graveyard Skeletons surround the tower and the Freeze makes sure nothing can counter them. The ranked 37 player in the world has been patiently playing this deck and destroying pro players. It's time to give our opponents a brain freeze so we can dig their grave and assert dominance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. Lots of love to everyone that's supporting the channel with credit code SirTag. All right, Spartacus, it's time to kick you into the pit, bro. I actually don't think Spartacus ever got into that situation, but this is Sparta. And we're ready to claim your towers. So if he wants to spam us, we'll go for a Bowler or a King Tower activation with the Tornado. Okay, well, if you're gonna go in for a Rage, I think we're on the same page of dropping our Bowler in the back. Generally, when we see Rage, it means it's gonna be a Sparky deck, and he shows the Sparky before we were even able to say it. So I could say it was a prediction, but I can't really prove it because I said it afterward. I wonder if it's worth freezing. Probably not. We wanna fight more towards our side of the map. We're gonna let the Bowler do its thing and see if our opponent decides to go Goblin Giant. The Bowler is going to shoot the tower for a couple shots. That's nice. We can go for a Knight here, and then we'll see if he decides to go for a Rage or if he decides to spam us. He's going to Fireball, please. Keep the Inferno Dragon alive. Let's go. His Sparky's ready to get shocked. Massive melt value with the Baby Dragon, Knight, and the Inferno Dragon all alive. And I think the Knight's going to tank for the Baby Dragon and the Inferno Dragon. Nice. The Inferno Dragon's on the tower. There's no shot that we just forced out a Rage. And guess what? We can go for a King Tower activation with the Tornado, too. I think. No, I missed it. You're supposed to pull it directly to the tower. Oh, that's awful. If you pull it directly on the tower, like the positioning against the balloon, you activate King Tower. I messed up. I was too excited. I saw a Rage Piggy coming at me. I'm like,
oh, light work. I can do the Hog Rider King Tower activation placement.
And I messed up pretty hard. It's okay, though. We're going to bounce back with the Redemption Arc against the Sparky. So I'm going to go and use our Graveyard real soon because the Mother Witch is out of cycle. And I think it's okay that we go in for the Graveyard before the Bowler crosses the river because we want the Sparky to blast skeletons. And then we can blast the Sparky with the Freeze. And then the Bowler can come up clutch with some shots on the tower too. We bowling out here and we are winning. All right, we're going to go in for a Baby Dragon and a NATO most likely. I think that's going to be the best bet. Or we can just let it go. I mean, yeah, let's go in for a Knight actually. NATO would work, but also a Knight is slightly better just because the Knight's going to soak up a Sparky shot and give us a stellar defense. Also, we don't retarget his Goblin Giant like we were hoping. It's fine. It's not like he's got Mini P.E.K.K.A. We've seen an abundance of bait cards, and Mini P.E.K.K.A. doesn't fit that criteria. So I'm going to go for a Graveyard with the counter-pushing Inferno Dragon. He's going to go for a Dark Prince. I think that that's not going to save his butt. Even if he goes in for a Mother Witch, we're able to freeze it. And yes, sir, we're going to shut you down. I bet you he goes Goblin Giant on the other side. He has to do dual lane pressure. We're going to Bowler to captivate the left. And when he goes in the right, we've got the Knight to shut it down. So even if you Fireball, it doesn't matter. What are you doing? Why do you think you can break through? Or maybe he doesn't think he breaks through. Maybe he's just so desperate. As you guys can see, Bowler is miraculous at shutting down Sparky pushes. And it is so good in the face of Goblin Giant spammers that drop all of their Elixir bar at the river. Even if they got Mother Witch with a ton of pigs, it don't matter. GG Spartacus, you were totally kicked in the abyss. We're gonna forget about that failed King Tower activation against the pig, and we're only gonna remember the good moments. Getting us to 2,900 in the world after the win. Yo, this guy finished 428 in the world, and he's a master baiter. So we'll see what he's gonna do. Obviously, if he likes running log bait, we should be able to finesse him if we get a good Bowler. The bad thing about this matchup is I only have Tornado and Bowler to counter log bait. This is not an easy game. Also, he might not be running log bait. There's actually a certifiable chance that the man is just finessing us with his name and not practicing what he preaches. Yo, he's gonna lose it. That's insane. Bowler locking onto the tower, showcasing his form as a magic archer, and that is ridiculous value. His tower plummeted all the way down to 0, And I'm pretty confident that if we just lock onto the Hog Rider first, we're fine. Yes! We finessed it! I don't know if you guys saw, but I was purposely dropping the Knight a little bit lower and making sure that the Knight pushed the Hog Rider to a point that we could fortunately go and target on top of the Hog Rider guaranteed. And now the guy is hitting the King Tower with the Earthquake, interestingly enough. Is he going to try for the rest of the game or did he give up? I don't know. I won this one for sure. I'm just going to go and use Tornado to go and pull the Hog Rider to the King Tower every time, use our Bowler, and guarantee that the Firecracker never touches my tower by spamming Dragons at the river. So in fact, it looks like the guy actually gave up. He saw that he wasn't able to take the tower, and he knew it was going to be endless torture right into Bowlers and Tornadoes, and he didn't want any part of it. Despite him baiting us with the name, he was the one that got baited in the end, because that Bowler hooked his tower in the first minute of the match. And that ridiculously quick win puts us up to 2,400 in the world. This guy flexed every 20 win known to mankind in his banner. So I'm not going to be very kind with him. I'm going to go for my Knight in the back and speedrun that evolution. You already know if we see a fast cycle with Ice Spear and Log, he's probably going to be running some type of Log Bait deck, Minor Poison, or a Hog Rider fast cycle deck. In either of those situations, it doesn't matter much to me if I can go in for a good Graveyard Freeze. Because his Log is out of cycle and because he sporadically spammed 3 Elixir at the start, I felt like it was a good point for us to go in. It might make sense for us to go for a freeze if the Inferno Dragon gets a bit closer to his tower, but ooh, wait, no, we could do this. We could finesse him a little bit. He's going to drop Skeletons, most likely. Let's freeze. Please. Yo, that's it. That's tower already. That is the reason that we love Inferno Dragon. Even in the face of someone that's running a Minor Poison deck that you would typically get astonished by, destroyed, and demolished, you can still make magic happen with this deck. You just got to get the Inferno Dragon on the tower. The bad thing is, he did around 2,500 damage to my right-hand side, so I have to defend with Bowlers, go in for Knights, catch all the Miners, and if I do and catch all the Pokemon, we'll definitely win this game.
A few dominance is asserted later.
We were able to magically manifest a massive push, and that took out an entire tower. So instead of playing full defense, we were able to take it easy and take all of his towers. Kind of ridiculous that that happened, and we're going to end with a bang, 3-crowning him with the Inferno Dragon. It went full circle. Inferno Dragon won us the match at the start and put the nail in the coffin at the end. I didn't expect to take a 3-crown so easily against Minor Poison with Graveyard Freeze. And we're flying up the ranks to 1,800 in the world at 1,999 medals. You gotta love how clean those numbers look. Yo, we're playing against someone that finished 22 in the world. After beating Minor Poison, Clash Royale has powered up the difficulty. You already know this always happens. Whenever we play against someone good, they give us someone better. Whenever they give us a hard matchup, they want to make it even more challenging. So I'm going to Baby Dragon in the back when he goes in for bats. That's one of his best counters to the graveyard out of cycle. And now when we see Prince, I am confused. I bet you it's probably going to be a Mega Knight deck. And I don't love playing against Mega Knight. If he pulls back the Knight with the Miner, that would just cause instant death. I don't know how I would defend that. Like, I'd have to go graveyard on defense or something dumb. Yo, guy's going to go for a Lightning on top of the Knight and also the Ice Wizard after going Prince. That's effectively 11 Elixir. He did eat some damage to the left-hand side, so he could afford to do that. But it was an interesting play to say the least. Guy's going to have a Lightning with Prince and Bats. So, oh my gosh, I was not expecting Golem. This is good for us, though. Mr. Master, are you ready to defend against the graveyard, or are you going to get got? I don't think he's going to be able to defend this. The Bowler is also going to lock onto his tower, too. And the best thing about this strategy is the fact that you're able to use your Inferno Dragon and just captivate their stuff that way. I think Tornado might have been better than a freeze, but I just wanted to hold the Golem in place so it didn't get anywhere closer towards my tower. The good thing about this is we're also able to go for a Knight. The Golem got pushing back the Inferno Dragon a little bit. So that means that the Inferno Dragon is going to stay in a spot that's protected by our tower. Also, I don't know if this Ice Wizard was good. I don't think so. But as long as the Inferno Dragon stays alive... Wait, that was a perfect Ice Wizard placement, apparently. Because the Prince didn't charge. It got a hit, but it wasn't maximum damage. Oh, man. That must have been, like, inches away from a charge, and that would have been horrible for me. All right, we're chilling. We're in a pretty okay spot, all things considered. We're going to go Bowler in the back in the same side as this Night Witch. We do have Inferno Dragon. I don't love the fact that he's going to go in for a Lightning on this Inferno Dragon, but it is what it is. We could go for a freeze. I don't think this is good. I mean, I have to freeze. I really have to freeze that. I also want to go in for like a Baby Dragon afterward. The cool thing about this is we can drop our Baby Dragon up higher so he's not able to Lightning on the Bowler and the Baby Dragon at once. And then we can maybe go for an Evolution Knight and then go in for a Graveyard afterward. If we can stack up all this stuff at once, we should be fine because we do have Tornado for the Bats evolution. Please don't screw me with these bats. Please, baby dragon. All right, nice. We're going to freeze as well. We're going to go for the ultimate freeze cheese status, baby. Oh, yes. The bowler's locked onto the tower. He's dropping another set of bats. This is starting to be horrendous for our dude. All right. I think he's going to go in for a lightning, so let's go in for an ice wizard to make a prediction. I knew that was a possibility because he had the bats evolution, so of course he's going to get greedy with me. He was thinking that this is my one chance, my one opportunity, and he went all in for the win. All right, I could graveyard and decide to do something stupid like that, but I'd rather go for a bowler and then let the evolved bat die and then Inferno Dragon after and then go for a little bit more spam after that. I want to make sure that we don't overcommit here. Since he is a top 22 player in the world, I got to give him his full respect. So now we're going to go for the graveyard freeze and we should be able to win the game. We have enough stuff stockpiled. We got the baby dragon, we got the bowler, and we've got the freeze ready for an attack, and I don't think he's able to stop it. In fact, I'm going to go in for the maximum play of just freezing right now because even if he nados, he's not going to be able to stop the skeletons in time. I played a little bit risky at the end, but I didn't want to waste our time anymore. It was pretty satisfying seeing an abundance of skeletons lay waste to our opponent's tower. It's always surprising for me to see ranked 22 players in the world still running Golem. Most of the best players in Clash Royale were running cycle decks, so this guy was a pretty rare Pokemon. And after catching that win against Golem, we're at 1,300 in the world. Let's get after it. We see an Electro Giant in the banner, and y'all already know if he's playing Electro Giant, we have 0 building. It might be a difficult matchup. But if we use Inferno Dragon combined with our Ice Wizard Slow and Tornado and Freeze, we might be able to make it happen. Dude is going to go and plant Zappies in the back. I don't see Zappies often at all, unless our opponent's going to be running a Royal Recruits deck or maybe a weird Graveyard Freeze deck as well. He might be my long lost brother. Oh, come on. You're running Royal Giant? That's even worse for me. That is legitimately the worst card you could match into with us because there's a high probability of the opponent also playing a Mother Witch in the deck if they're going to have a Royal Giant deck with Zappies because they're already going to have Fireball bait. So adding another Fireball guard, it kind of makes sense. It definitely makes sense for him to have Mother Witch. So in this game, I can't go in for Lone Bowlers because that's going to be a free King Tower activation with the Fisherman. Instant loss for us. I can't cycle my Inferno Dragon. Another instant loss because that's the only counter to the Royal Giant in my deck. Secondly, I need to wait until double Elixir. So I have all these prerequisites for me to win the game. Play safe, play smart, and don't make mistakes. That's what we have to do. I think I'm going to go for a Knight in front since it's able to body block and then preserve our bowler health. Or maybe no. No. Just let it go. Chill a little bit, see what he's going to do. We can cook with the Knight a little bit later as well. Drop that Knight in front, maybe make a mess up with the Fisherman. We'll have to wait and see if that works or not. I can go for a Graveyard here, and there's a chance he's going to have, like, Mother Witch, but I should have enough Elixir barely for a freeze. Also, I'm not that scared because if we Tornado this successfully, he's not going to get the King Tower activation. In fact, we get to slap everything. Yo, look at that damage, though. But look at the damage he got. Wait, stop. Chill. Royal Giant, stop hurting my tower like that, man. Oh, yeah, of course. Needs one last shot to say, hey, Jake, I love you. All right, well, I'm looking at this game, and I'm not loving our situation at all. Our towers are in shambles on both sides. However, it is going to take 2 fireballs for him to take the tower on the right. So I might be able to get away with an Evolved Knight, a Baby Dragon, and a Graveyard and snag the tower on the right and feel okay about it. Especially if he's going to pull it closer to the tower right now. Yo, he's going to lose the Little Prince as well. He's going to go Royal Giant. If we're able to somehow, some way, pull back the Royal Giant, make sure the Inferno Dragon shreds it. We've got 40 seconds left on the clock, and his time is ticking down now. Dude, I gotta keep this Inferno Dragon getting value. It is staying in a permanent position of pain for our opponent, and I love it. Now we're able to go Baby Dragon. We've got 400 HP on our tower, and now he begins the Fireball cycle. Wait, is he even allowed to do that? Maybe he gets 3 crowned by an Inferno Dragon. I really want that Inferno Dragon for us to win the game, please. Inferno Dragon, do him dirty. We've got 2 Inferno Dragons in the house now. His house is in shambles. It's burning down. Okay, never mind. It's not burning. He's going to go for Zappies. Fireball comes down, snags the tower, and we're not in an amazing spot. I need a Baby Dragon here, and then I need a Graveyard. I need to keep up the pressure when I'm in a position of power. Otherwise, I think that it really starts to favor his position because of momentum shift. Yeah, not good. We were at 1,000 HP, so looks like we're going to lose. Unless I'm able to somehow Tornado the Royal Giant directly onto the King Tower, which is possible if he messes up like that. That is good for us, all intents and purposes, because we can freeze. And now the Royal Giant should retarget onto the King Tower here. Then we can go for a Knight Evolution on top of the Little Prince. And then maybe we can Graveyard. He said good game. He thought he won. He might have messed up. He might have to chuck the game in our situation. We can go for an Ice Wizard here. We should be able to kill the Fisherman as well. So the strat here is to go in for a Bowler in the middle. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go bowler, bowler. Come on, bully. Oh, geez. This is not good. I needed a tornado again on the Royal Giant. The second time in a row. We won it! Let's go! He wasn't ready. He thought he beat me, and he tasted nothing but defeat. That was one of the most improbable comebacks I've had in a minute. And after we won that one, we have pushed up to 1,060 in the world. Who would have thought Graveyard Bowler in the middle was the secret to success? Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.